please hit the like and subscribe buttons. Some of you are not subscribing, and I'm gonna find you.
So now that one place is the Orleans, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah, and we had a chance to play together, 3 weeks ago out there? Something like that?
Yeah, it was a couple weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun. But now I have played previously. Now this was a couple of years ago, but previously I played at like Red Rock, Green Valley Ranch. I want to say maybe even Venetian. Played like a limit 08 game, at least like a 4-8, if maybe not a 8-16. So those are all not being played right now?
Yes, you are correct. When I first moved here 4 years ago, Venetian had a consistent game. Green Valley, Red Rock had a consistent game. Even some of the other poker groups, they would have a consistent game. Like they would have a population that would go every day. But then, as the years went by, one after the other, they would just like not have the game anymore. So I didn't even play at the Orleans for like the first couple of years that I was here.
Right, because there were so many other places to play, yeah.
Yeah, because, I was going to Green Valley because the games were soft. Red Rock, the games were soft, and it just, I avoided Orleans, so, because it was kind of like out of my way, but then now I don't have a choice. That's the only place.
Right. Well, that's kind of a bummer on that one. I assume a few places will pick up a couple of games during the summer while the series is going on, just because everything picks up. But
I hope so too.
But yeah, it's kind of too bad that it doesn't have a regular group, because that's what really makes a lot of those poker rooms out there is the regular daily group, or even if it's a couple of times a week. Like we have the Omaha that runs Monday, Wednesday, Friday. On Tuesday, those players aren't here. They're not playing. They wait until Wednesday to come in. That's totally cool.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine. We're glad they're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But that kind of staple group is what really makes a lot of these, especially smaller poker rooms. Even in Vegas, where you've got a lot of poker going on, when you have a smaller room, you need a consistent group coming in. So I guess I'm just surprised that they're not able to bring in or get together groups like that. So that's too bad for them. I kind of wish they were able to do that. But do you think they've just moved on to other games? Have they just cut out Limit entirely, do you think? Or are they just not doing Limit Omaha?
I just think that, Limit in general is just not sexy anymore. And, it's more of like the old guard that's playing Limit. And all the new kids now, it's all no limit. It's all short deck. It's PLO.
Oh, sure.
And it's not sexy anymore. And it's sad because Limit is such an interesting game, and I wish there was more that would do more, and try to keep the games alive. But it's the times, man. It's changing, and
I think part of that comes too from the no limit. There's so much money to be won quickly, and it's an instant gratification rather than really concentrating on conquering the game.
Right. That's true.
Yeah. It's sad to see that people aren't really interested, and I won't say all people, but it seems to be the trend that people aren't as interested today in mastering the game as they are as just winning, getting that big score.
True. Yep.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, that definitely seems to be a trend. And what can you do?
Yeah, it's. I think you're absolutely right. Because they see it on TV. And they see, oh man, he got it in with Jack Dukes, and he won $10,000. I want to get that too.
Right.
And then you have all of these poker sites and people offering poker coaching. They'll tell you, hey, if you learn from me, you can win $10,000 too. You can quit your McDonald's job and be a pro. So it's not as sexy as hey, let's play Limit, where you're gonna have to pay 5 players, all the way to the river, the betting, fixed amounts, but you know, what can we do? You know,
Sure,
it's,
sure.
it's,
Yeah.
Now, I think that is a little bit of where the mixed game is really, I think, maybe making a bit of a small comeback where it's bringing, especially when you're able to find lower limit mixed games like the Aria runs a fairly regular 4-8 mixed game. Now, obviously, Omaha High Low would be one of the games they play, but they're also going to play several other games. The Daisy triple draw games, the Deuce to Seven triple draws. They're probably going to play some Congress. There's some stud in there. A variety of games. But they're going to be playing it at the limit level, which is at least one place where you're seeing a little bit of growth, or at least I have, because Aria didn't used to run a 4-8 limit game, and now they do fairly regularly.
no, they did it. That's fairly new, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been trying over time, but they've gotten a regular group that runs it a couple times a week at least. So it's nice to see that. And then, of course, Bellagio still has the mid-tier limit games, the 30, 60, 40, 80 games. So that's fairly regular too. And of course, during the series, again, several of the houses will have 20, 40, 30, 60, 40, 80 kind of limit games. Either straight limit hold'em or limit mixed games, one or the other. So that's something to try to look for as well if you have an interest in either limit 08 or limit poker in general, is look for those mixed games and see if your card house is willing to spread them, find some friends that want to play them, and bring them out.
You start that list, eventually other people will jump on it.
It's true. You get someone in there.
Yeah, I'm curious, like, what the, obviously I'm only familiar with what's in Vegas. I'm curious as to, like, the viability of the mixed games elsewhere. I know that in California, there are some mixed games out there, like, Short Deck and Big O are coming up, and it's making its way now into Vegas. But I'm more curious about, like you said, you guys have a regular group coming in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. What's the viability of the game elsewhere? And, what kind of people are, playing these games, trying to invite people in,
Oh, sure. Well, what I've noticed here, and I took a lot of players from the Omaha game and invited them out to a mixed game at the same stakes, 3-6, and kind of started a mixed game group here. And now we have a regular group that I can call on. I mean, you know how game organizing goes. You text like 100 people, and hopefully you get, 6 to show up. That's kind of how it goes. So,
you have a mailing list.
Yeah, I've got a texting list that I send out to people that have said they're interested in mixed games, and so we've been trying to get it together. We've had a 3-6 mixed game run. The last 4 weeks, we've had a 9-18 game run at least once a week, which is very nice. And the players there are interested in continuing. I have a few players that are kind of like, don't really want to play 9-18, but if you get a 20-40 going, I would come for that. So I've got them kind of on the back burner, like if I can get enough people that'll say they'll do 20-40, now I'll call these other people and they'll come, that kind of thing. I have other people that are like, I don't want to play 9-18, I only want to play 3-6, so I kind of have them on a separate little sub-list, of like, okay, well, if we're going to do 9-18, I'm not going to call you, but if we do 3-6, I'll add you to the list, that kind of thing. So it's,
you have like a 3-6 list, and then you have the 9-18 list, and then you have like a bigger game, like a 20-40 list.
Yeah, and it's actually, we're able to get one running here, and this is in San Antonio, more often than I thought I would be able to get one running. So I'm actually quite happy with the amount of times we're able to get one going. So it's pretty good.
That's it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I told a few of you that I would find you if you didn't subscribe, and I found at least 4 of you. There are a few more that I have to get, I guess. But, I'm taking it slow. I will find you. Just going to take a little bit of time. I can't go after everyone all at once.
For today, I think that's all we really had. So we wanted to say thanks, as always, to Rounders,
Thank you,
our
Rounders.
host, who allows us to use their room and space to do the show and gives us a nice backdrop for the show. We certainly do appreciate the use of the space. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to click a little thumbs up for us, hit the old subscribe button, leave comments, all that good stuff. Thank you.
Now